In this video, I'm going to update you on the old tow truck. And yes, this is the truck that started us on YouTube. So grateful for it. But really what matters is what's going on with it, what's the condition, where is it now, and what's going to happen to it. And as well, I want to share a dream of mine for it. So we got some plans underway. Let's get at it. If you watch the intro video, I understand this chassis. So the chassis looks a lot different than it used to. And what I'd like to do is I want to give you kind of an update of what happened with the chassis because it has been modified a bunch. It's sandblasted right now. And as you can see, I have a bunch of work done that I do not have video on for right now. Because of the changes. So what happened is this truck, I had the opportunity, the crazy opportunity to be able to buy this truck. So this is now my tow truck. I am super stoked about it. The changes for it are going to be a little different than the changes originally because I'm sticking to just a straight up tow truck. We were going to make this into a transformer, make it a lot of different things. And yeah, you guys are looking at this going, okay, isn't this a 56 Dodge? Yes. Isn't that a Duramax? Yep. So the reason that we went with the Duramax is because we wanted to go with a Cummins. We wanted to go fairly common, like newer Cummins, whatever. But physically, the cab and the front end of this truck was not long enough to be able to house that. So what has happened is we took this Duramax and updated some things on it. And I had to make it fit in under the hood, and it is super tight. We have some pictures of that. And then had the Allison overhauled. We had to put in a PTO gear to run this PTO. Some of the trucks had it, some didn't. And usually the trucks that were a full 1-ton dually, which this started out as, they don't even have a room in for the PTO. So the transfer case has been overhauled. The diff is not yet overhauled, not done anything with it, and we still have to do some changes to the exhaust and so on. Anyway, that's where we are with it. We got different manifolds and some updated stuff. And then I thought, trying to make it look period correct. So it is cast iron, lots of cast iron paint highlights on it. And yeah, everything else is pretty stock generic on this. The return lines, I went red, and I used gold anodizing for the fuel lines on it. All of the fuel system is updated to new school stuff. If you look how to silver solder fittings, well, this is the video that I did on that. So this module I took apart, and this is a fitting that I made. And I will just quick show you up front here the fittings in that video. Well, there's one that living there. There's one living there. And then I actually took this whole piece here and put a fitting on it. And so this is also, I eliminated the fuel filter up top here. I didn't want that anymore, so I'm using a fast fuel system on this, as well as with Duramaxes, the oil burners, supposedly there's some issues with them potentially running away, whatever, or even if something goes wrong. So I am going to be putting a catch can on this. And yeah, kind of kicking it old school, some stuff. I still want this thing to look very, very, very old school. And so that is the plan with it. But why is it in the shop right now? Well, that's the question I asked. So I have been jamming on this a whole bunch. Unfortunately, I didn't video it a bunch, but I just am so busy, I can't keep up with everything and having the lack of space in here. So I am going to be putting the cab on the truck. So that's the whole purpose right now of this is I'm going to restart videoing this. We do have some footage. I'm going to throw some video footage out of where we are so far because we did, you know, some major mods to the firewall and all of that. And then as we know, this firewall is out of the 05 Duramax truck. I increased the length of this so it has more room in it, as well as I dropped the floor in it. But this floor is out of the 2005 Duramax, so the top of the cab. So from this seam right here, this is where I cut the truck off, the 56, and up front here, I don't even know, somewhere up in here. I had to build a bunch of this to make it look like it was supposed to be like that. So if we look on the inside, you're going to see a bunch of ugly welds, but you can kind of see the pieces that I made and I needed for clearance. So, and then over there. So we have some videos catching up on that. And yeah, I have a lot of tools and yeah, this is quite the deal. So you got to tell me if you think this is hack or not. But when I was growing up, my younger brother and I, we jammed on lots of cars and we did whatever we had. We didn't have a bunch of money. And this is something that we would have done back then. Nowadays, I'd be using one of the hoists or whatever. But literally, everything is just so log jam full of stuff. I don't have a clear hoist right now. My rotisserie is tied up with this. So I'm probably going to have to buy another one with all the jobs that are going on. So yeah. We're lifting her with spider chain, which I haven't used in a long time. Sure comes in handy. Check out the angles on that spider chain. We got the insurance on there with the vice grips holding the chains from slipping up. So basically this video is going to be about me getting this cab on the chassis for right now. Sorry, I meant on the frame. I did finish the floor portions, which there's not a lot of videos on. Well, there is actually videos on, but I did not video it all. Enough jibber jabber, blabber blabber. And you should check out the first video too. This dash is 100% handmade. It's not done, but we're going to carry on. I can admit when I do something stupid, that was stupid. I think a little poop might have come out. That wasn't good. That was a marathon. Feels pretty balanced. Still real sketch. When we were young, my brother and I, yeah, we would probably use a jig like this, but more likely when we were strong, we would have just two-manned that thing. Anyway, he's not here. He doesn't want to be on camera. I've decided I don't like sketch by myself. Okay, I have to remember when I was young, we would just laugh about stuff like this. I have to go change my underwear. That feels better. So the boatload of parts that I have for this, I'm just gonna load it all on the back and get it out of here. Maybe it should just be a deck truck. I'm not sure if there's any keeners out there, but somebody might be able to pick up on maybe what kind of wheel and tire combo this is going to get. If you research a little bit, you'll see. I think that's going to be pretty cool. But that isn't the secret I was going to let out of the bag. What I really, really want to do is I want to build this tow truck, make it look totally 56 correct, very reliable, but I want to take it to SEMA. I don't know if those dreams will ever come true of taking it to SEMA. I'm going to finish it. It's just going to take a while. So it's a sad day because it is heading out of the shop, But I have a lot of projects that are my personal projects, as well as the shop is just totally full of projects. So I'm going to be doing some of my own projects before I get to this one. This one's going to be a bit of a wallet breaker to finish, and as well a ton of time. There's so much fab work on it, but it is going to be one of the sweetest trucks around. So thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and as well, you know, tell me what you think. Is the Duramax maybe pushing it a little much for this 56 Dodge? Sorry.